In today's video, is the Jobon lighter a total scam? Stay tuned to find out what I've learned in the last few months about this particular item. Also, we'll be doing a bit of Jobon lighter maintenance, specifically on this Jobon lighter that I've had over 3 years now. The flame seems to be burning. Well, all I can say is it's a bit small. It's not burning like it was when I had it from new. Also, I'll be answering a few questions, and guys, first question and first observation that I've made actually looking back on my old videos, and that's one of this. This lighter is being falsely advertised in other parts of the world, such as the US and other parts of the country, as a non-butane lighter. The only thing I can say about this is you have to use your sort of common sense on this one. I mean, if you see a lighter and it's got a great blue massive flame shooting out the end of it, it's most likely going to be a butane lighter and not an electronic lighter, not an arc lighter, and not a USB lighter, because butane gas, of course, burns blue. So please bear that in mind. But if you did see the false advertisements that are going around, especially in the US and on inserts in YouTube advertised as the bright fire lighter, please ignore them, because if it quacks like a duck, if it walks like a duck and it acts like a duck, it's probably a duck, and you have to use your common sense on this one. And these people who are doing this, advertising the Jobon lighter as an all-electric USB lighter, should be ashamed of themselves. And if you did see this advertisement and thought that's what you were getting, well, yes, it is a scam. However, let me show you the advert that I first saw when I first stumbled across the Jobon lighter. So this is a similar advert to the one I saw over 3 years ago now. And if we click play here, you'll see that it's just a demonstration of a man operating a butane lighter and burning through a can in seconds, which I actually tried and tested on my video. And trust me, it actually works. And you can see here, furthermore, it's in the description, described as a butane gas high temperature lighter. Now, as you can see, there were no false claims made in that particular advert. I knew what I was getting, where it was coming from, and what type of item I was going to receive. And you can actually see in the description that it states butane lighter. And it's not a USB lighter and not an arc lighter. But please let me know what these are being advertised as in your country. So I've heard things like this is supposed to run off a Tesla coil. And guys, I think that's just clickbait more than anything else. And I've heard people say no gas required. Guys, seriously, it emits a flame. So there's going to have to be some source of fuel. So you have to use your common sense on that one. Guys, to the first question, and it's from Sam101, and it's from years back actually, so I hope you're still watching the show. However, I'm a bit late on this one, but it was an interesting one, and it was a comment asking me why his butane lighter sometimes burned yellow. Now that's really to do with how much CO2 and oxygen is around at that particular time when you are operating your lighter. Now we all know that butane gas burns blue, and ultimately you might notice when you go into a confined space or an area that doesn't exactly have a lot of oxygen around, you'll notice that the flame struggles to breathe and draw oxygen in because there's less oxygen around. In basic terms, it's to do with air to fuel ratio. I'm also going to move on to the next question. Somebody say, and another question that I seem to be getting over on one of my older lighter videos is, why don't I drop relevant links to the relevant product that I'm actually reviewing at that time? And it's simple, because I'm not a salesman. I'm not trying to sell you anything. And furthermore, if you think that these products suck, or any products that I've reviewed, it doesn't bother me. It's your opinion, and I respect that, and that's fine, because I'm not trying to sell you anything. I'm not a sellout, I'm not a shill or anything like that. I'm just taking a look at products that I think could be interesting or cool, and just letting you know what my experience is of using them. And that's all. It's just a laugh, it's just a bit of fun. So if you like that sort of thing, hit that subscribe, drop a comment, and of course give me a thumbs up. Guys, let's move on to doing some lighter maintenance on this old Jobon lighter, because as you can see, the flame, it's probably about 1.5 inches and it's actually up full. So let's get this down, let's give it a clean, let's check the burner out, and let's see if we can get this flame bigger. Okay, let's service this Jobon lighter here that I've had for some years, as I keep saying. It's suffering from carbon buildup. As you can see on the end of the burner there, all the carbon that's mounted up over the years, and I've never cleaned this thing, and also the burner's dirty as well. I'm going to talk you through how to service your lighter correctly. But first of all, what we're going to do is we're going to turn this up to maximum flameage, and we're going to measure the flame. Now, the reason why we're doing this is to just compare the difference between a clean lighter and a dirty lighter. So let's measure the flame here. So yeah, consistently it was just under 1.5 inches. Okay, so that's the benchmark that we have to achieve with this thing fully adjusted. So let's get into the service of the Jobon lighter. So there's a lot of methods you can use to clean and service a lighter of this caliber, and that is, you can use a blower gun or compressor to blow all of the carbon and CO2 off the burner there and the internals of the lighter, or you can soak it and cover it in caustic soda. That's a good one. I've done that before, however I've got nothing to hand right now, so I'm going to keep this simple. This is my method. Down the hatch, boys. Guys, I'm joking. I'm going to use this alcohol here, or this smell enough vodka, to clean the internals of the lighter, and I'm going to be using some cotton buds. But that's the last process and step in servicing our lighter. Now, as I've said, I want to keep this simple, so I've got like a sandpaper foil here that I'm going to use to just scrape off the carbon on the internals. And then what we'll do is we'll use the cotton buds and alcohol to go over the burner to get all the carbon off. So this thing hopefully burns bigger and brighter. So let's get the process done. Okay, so I've been giving it a swab with this cotton bud with alcohol on, and you can see the carbon that's actually freeing up off the burner. Now, a good tip is not to move the actual sparker out of position. If this happens, it will not ignite. However, you can fiddle around with it, putting it in different positions so it starts to operate again. So just be aware of this. But you can see that the burner internals there are actually quite clean. And as I've said, I've used a bit of fine grade sandpaper, some alcohol and cotton buds. That's all I've done. So there's only one thing left to do, and that's test the flame and see if it's any bigger. And guys, actually, before I do, hit that subscribe if you've watched this whole video. Give me a thumbs up and drop a comment, because I'd really appreciate you guys on board for the ride. Okay guys, flame measurement time. It's up full, and we're going to put this in the same position as we did at the start. And guys, you can clearly see that's a consistent 4-inch flame, just like when it was new. Guys, if you've liked this video, as I've said, hit that subscribe, drop a comment, and let me know how you clean your lighters. But, you know, I've used all sorts of methods to clean lighters. I've just tried to use the most basic and simple procedure to service and clean the lighter. But I think you'll agree. Look at that ceramic lighting up there. Guys, this thing is firing on all cylinders. Guys, I'll see you in the next video.